Yo, 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 what's happening, guys? Happy Wednesday. Hope you all doing fantastic. So Bitcoin broke all-time highs yesterday, then had a small little rejection. And what we have now is Bitcoin approaching all-time highs yet again. So what we are seeing is we are seeing a little bit of a strong dominance over the last 24 hours. However, looking at today, looking at Bitcoin getting ready for a short squeeze. That's what we're seeing. We're seeing a short squeeze about to happen on Bitcoin. And we now know that the 100K is the next sort of target. So it gives us a good idea of how big this little squeeze is going to be. But the big thing today is the altcoins are going to be triggered. And I know we've been waiting patiently for this, right? For the altcoins. We're seeing some of them explode. Today we saw 𝗙𝗏𝗘 start to pop. I was actually looking at the last hour now, and we got a good idea. Let's just jump in over here. I want to show you guys. We've got a good idea of what's starting to move. Tezos getting ready for a nice little rally again, right? We're seeing Algo waking up quickly at the moment. We're seeing Thorchain waking up. We're seeing a bunch of tokens. I got a bunch of tokens that are breaking trends now and showing us what's going to look strong on this move. But the big thing is, yes, we've been waiting for Bitcoin, but Bitcoin took that wall away yesterday, the very important all-time high wall. And what usually happens then is the first time you get through the wall and then there's a rejection, right? And a lot of people will think, oh, we rejected again. But what you don't understand is the wall is no longer there. And the moment that you're no longer there and we get to that wall again, that wall's not there to stop it anymore. And that gives us a way higher chance of that actual squeeze happening. But the big one, and this is why altcoins have been sitting a little bit flat over the last couple of days, is because we are still here on the verge of an altcoin squeeze. So the moment, again, these little snooze fests where we go a little bit sideways for a couple of days, what you don't understand is this where a lot of people will start to maybe lose some interest, right? We'll just start to get a little bit bored. And in that time, you don't understand that we are eating away this wall on altcoins. And when Bitcoin breaks this next high, you will see that we are breaking this weekly resistance over here, which starts the massive weekly squeeze. Okay, and we're sitting at $830 billion now on the altcoin value. Okay, when it comes to total value for altcoins, excluding Bitcoin and ETH. And the next one is $1 trillion. So it gives you a really good idea that that's a 30% total market cap move, which means some altcoins will do crazy things of 60, 70% just to the next resistance. But the main thing to pay attention to today is altcoins joining the party, not just Bitcoin. And that's what I want to be prepared for. I want to make sure that we get our badass entries in. We have a tequila at the right point. There's a couple of new tokens that are waking up today. But a lot of the tokens we've been speaking about are starting to show some good strength and starting to show that they're going to wake up very much too. And what we are seeing is the NVIDIA earnings are coming out today. So your AI tokens are looking ready. I think GRT is still going to rip really strong. I think we got great entries yesterday. Render starting to make its way up. And I got a couple new tokens for you guys today as well. So happy Wednesday to you all. My hair looks terrible, but it's okay. I'm here. And I know you guys will love me for me and not tease me. I know you guys tease me sometimes, but I know you're going to love me for me. But I'm here. I'm back in action. So no more wasting time. Let's go.
I try and help everyone in my space, and this is what I get. I try and fight the devils, but inside I'm just like Sniper. Welcome to Sheldon Show.
What's happening? Brad to channel, hit the subscribe button and like the video up. Are you in the market? If you're in the market, like the video up. I want to see who's in. Who's in right now? Who's sitting in cash? I go, what are we doing, right? So smash the like button if you are in the market at the moment. Smash the like button if you agree that AI tokens are going to be moving next. Smash the like button if you believe that a Solana all-time high is coming next. And smash the like button if you believe that the altcoin squeeze is going to happen next. How are we doing, guys? Jim, what's up? PM, what's up? Yo, yo, yo. I want to see. Bring the comments here. Mr. Nuts. Cool name, bro. Jake Paul 2.0. Fantastic. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. 150. What is that? 1,508. Nice, 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 nice. Okay, guys. So let's jump into a couple of things. What we're going to do today is not much has changed chart-wise, right? We kind of in a really good place with charts. It's quite obvious. We're going to know when the pullback's going to happen, and we're going to know when the squeeze is going to happen. We're not confused. That's the big thing, right? You may sit and think, oh, market's getting a bit boring, but what happens when the market gets boring, right? Boom! Wakes up very quickly, right? So the boringness is not a problem. It's just about the where do we go next? What happens? All these things. And we have a great structure of that at the moment. We know that we're on a verge of an altcoin squeeze, okay? And that's why altcoins have been holding back a little bit, because as Bitcoin breaks its highs, and it is taking some of the Bitcoin dominance, what's happening is the altcoins are slowly creeping up to those resistances, okay? And remember, it's a massive resistance. We have not been back at this resistance for a long time, Okay, we are talking all the way back to the last bull market. This is 2 to 3 years resistance that we are eating away. So it makes sense that Bitcoin is leading the race. And the main important thing for us is as long as Bitcoin is breaking barriers, we know what triggers next and we know when to start. That if Bitcoin's in a healthy place, we know what comes next for altcoins. The only thing is, it takes altcoins a little bit of time to break that wall. Okay, but the moment that it happens, you see that massive speed up. And we speak about it a lot of times that when you see this little growth coming up over here, like for example, you see the alts start to slowly make their way up like this, we know that it starts off slow and it speeds up. And when it speeds up, it's going to end. So what we did the first time before we had this pullback over here, what did we do? We rode the wave, right? Then we took profits. Then, because why did we take profits? Because we knew we were starting to speed up. Right? But before that, we went slow. Look how slow here. For days and days and days, slow, sped up, take profits. Right? Now it's the same thing. Now all that we are is one level higher. And the same thing is happening where we are slowly grinding up. And when the speed happens, we take profits. Okay, get ready for the shakeout, and we continue the journey. And for the first time ever, I cannot sit here and say it prouder that we're going to be very comfortable this bull market because we're catching rhythm and we're building strategies and we know how the game starts to work. So right now, the little boringness, those who know, right? What's it? Y, if you know, you know, right? And that's exactly it. If you know, snoozing off right now is a big mistake because you are going to wait for the squeeze, then you're going to come join, and those are the guys that are going to get trapped, right? And again, plus, we're on the verge of a lot more people joining crypto very quickly. And what's also amazing about this breakout, guys, is we now know that the other coins are moving finally, right? I don't know if you noticed, but Cardano's whooping butt. You know the Cardano haters. We've had so many Cardano haters for a while. Cardano's even whooping ass now. And what you're starting to see is a bunch of different smaller cap tokens, older tokens, they all starting to wake up. When last did we have a Tezos pump like that? When last did you have a 60% in 1 or 2 days from Tezos, right? That's starting to come up now. Render, here we go. Arbitrum, I want to speak about Arbitrum in the show as well. These are new tokens starting to move. So this breakout chart is exciting because it's going to unleash the next amount of altcoins. And that's going to bring a lot of people to the party, right? That's really going to make this party next level. So let's go through a couple of things and obviously just clarify a few things over here. Bitcoin is still very easy to chart right now, not tough, okay? Because we definitely have the support trend line, definitely. Every single time we have come down and we have not gone past this line, we have gone up again. So it is so clear right now how to manage risk and to know when a bigger trap is coming. Okay, just above that, we have the squeeze wall. And what was important yesterday is we ate away from the wall. Yes, we had a small rejection after, but what you don't understand is that wall that we had over there is now eaten away. The higher high is in place. Okay, and all that you're seeing now is you're seeing a slow grind up from Bitcoin, right? And the same thing happened in this little slow grind over here. Remember it? At an important area, just broke all-time highs. Slow grind, slow grind, slow grind, slow grind. Pop, right? When it popped, then pull back. That comes after that play over there. And you could see even just before that too, you could see very much over here, slow grind, slow grind, slow grind, pop. Okay, so we are at the same place yet again where we are slow grinding to the upside. Last thing that I'm looking for now is a pop from Bitcoin, a pop from the altcoins, really get the market overheated, and then we have the pullback, and we're going to be taking profits into that. I will probably be around 80% out of this account over here, which is the trading account that I've been taking a lot of trades over here over the last couple of days. About 80% of it, I'll be out, sitting in a bunch of cash. Remember, this is trading portfolios. My long-term is sitting in flat, okay? And then I'm going to get ready to buy the dip and wait for that nice leverage shakeout. Now, let's quickly speak about that for a second. Why am I starting to think that we are getting to this leverage shakeout position? You got to keep yourself a couple of very simple tools, right, to understand how this basically works. Okay, so there's 3 major things that you can, very simple things that you can track when a leverage wick is going to come. The first one, again, is extreme greed, right? The fear and greed index, free to you all, very easy to see that we are at 90 on extreme greed, very high. If you come back over here and you go look at the last, let's go look at all-time high. Go look at every time that we were above these fear and greed areas. They were definitely temporary little tops, and you saw a leverage wick come at every different time. Okay, majority, 9 out of 10 times, whenever we were up over here, we saw a massive dip or crash come quickly, and then the markets continued. Okay, and that's what you need. In order, if you look at the last bull market, right, you'll look at this phase over here, and you could see that inside of that bull market, you get these little dips. And then you get the big one that comes at now and then, right? Now, this rejection of Bitcoin that's incoming in the future is going to trigger alt season. It's going to have a very big purpose for it. It's going to be good, right? But you got to survive it, right? You got to get through it and actually be prepared for it. And you can see that we have not been on top of this area over here since all the way in March. And we know what happened then, right? We could see how it flushed out over here. However, this time it's different, a little bit different. Reason being is Bitcoin's fully in all-time highs now. And what we have right now is it's going to be fast and it won't last. And what I actually expect us is something like this, where it will be quick down, quick up, and we're going to stay in this greedy area for a while. But you're going to get these little flushes that are coming. So this is the first major thing over here. The second one is to understand that the market is starting to get to a little bit of overheated territory when it comes to higher time frame RSIs. And I want to show you guys this. Daily's coming up. Look at the weekly. So when the weekly is at the top, what you do tend to see, and especially when the weekly and the daily is getting to the top as well in the RSIs, prepare for a wick. Okay, so now the smaller time frames, 4 hours not at the top, 8 hour is not at the top, 12 hour is not at the top, it's at the bottom. What does that mean? Your 4 hour, 8 hour, and 12 hour data points are basically showing you that for the next 7 to 12 days, market is ready to still go up. Okay, it's not oversold, it's not in danger phase, none of that is happening. But the moment you start looking at the 30-day data, you start looking a little bit higher, it's a little bit heated. Okay, so what that shows now is we have the right to be bullish for the next 7 days, but there's a higher time frame wick incoming. There's a higher time frame move coming, which we have not seen yet this cycle. We have only seen a little 4 hour shakeout, which we saw a couple of days ago. We have not seen a daily shakeout yet. So for me, whatever happened last time, I expect double the size. Okay, so if we went 20% down on your portfolio in 24 or 46 hours, I'm looking 40% down. And it's going to be fast, and it's going to wipe and get a bunch of people to panic out, and we're going to be prepared for that. So RSIs are another massive thing. Then the last one is every YouTuber on this planet right now is up in views. Okay, and it's a very simple metric, very simple over here. For me, example, from 4 weeks ago, I'm up 200%. 200 to nearly 300% is how much my shows have grown. Now, again, I'm proud of that. Okay, I've grown faster than others, but nonetheless, I'm growing fast, right? RAN is up, 50, 60%, not 200%, but 50, 60%, right? And a lot of it, I'm just joking, but a lot of these guys are growing very quickly, which just means a lot of people are coming in. There's a lot of fresh meat to quickly grab. And that's one thing to understand. So you've got 3 little metrics saying that it's right today to be bullish because a lot of people are going to come in, right, for the next couple of days. Let's get this pop. But then after that, get ready for the little shakeout and don't be a victim of that major circumstance. So that's a very nice thing that I guarantee you that there's times that I want to work here every single day and make sure that you make money, guys. But there's times that I really want you to save money. And that's my job as well. My job is to be there. And I want to bank. I took my one account here. What's it, from $250,000 to $700,000 or $750,000 or whatever it is at now. Let's go look there now. And I want to keep it, right? I want to keep at least 90% of this money and have this money ready for when the market's on a 30, 40% special. So as long as I keep doing that, imagine this market goes on a 30, 40% special after another pump now. This could probably get up to around 800, 900,000. Right? Now, again, the size of money doesn't matter. It's the percentages of what I'm actually doing. Now, if I bank that money on the way up and I have, let's say, 800K, and this market comes down 30, 40% in a quick thing, and I go scoop that up, guys, I could be looking at really turning this account into a 10x in a very short period of time with not 20, 50, 100x leverages, with 3, 4x's. Like, it's not, I'm not going massive with the scale, but it shows you, wow, to 10x your money, just by being a little bit consistent and just by having a bit of a plan and knowing the market's heated and when it's not. These are the big things as well. So yes, a lot of hoorah and this coin's breaking out. There's lots to happen. I always want you guys just to remember in the back end that we're here to be stable and we're here to think responsibly and we're here to keep our heads level and to just play the game. That's exactly it. Okay. So let's jump in. I know a lot of people ask me why you're not on Crypto Live today, because they didn't verify the channel and there was a bit of complication. So I'm back here. I should be on that channel tomorrow. So still go and subscribe to this Crypto Live channel over here, as that's where I'll be tomorrow. Okay, so make sure you are prepared for that. Okay, let's jump through over here. So as it stands right now on Bitcoin, again, I showed you the RSIs. Things are looking good. At any moment, I am seeing Bitcoin start to pop. It had a really good bounce. We're still very far from a pullback at the moment. So what I'm waiting for now is the catch up. So from at any moment now, I'm seeing a catch up and Bitcoin to actually slowly climb. Okay, I'm actually expecting from here to slowly climb like this. I might go a little bit more aggressive. Okay, but I actually think the slow climb is going to happen. Reason is, with this whole NVIDIA thing happening, I think there's going to be an altcoin bounce today. And I think when the altcoins start to break the range highs, I think that we're actually going to have altcoins join Bitcoin. So I actually think Bitcoin is going to move a little bit slower to the up areas. And then at the end over here, it will speed up very quickly. So I think it's going to start picking its pace up a little bit, but where it's really going to speed up is at the end there. In this time over here, I see the altcoins having a catch up. Okay, then the altcoins are going to move slow when Bitcoin goes fast. Okay, so just to explain it to you now, I see Bitcoin moving up a little bit slower now, and I see altcoins moving fast. Then when Bitcoin goes fast, I see altcoins slowing down. Okay, and then I see the shakeout happening. So we've got a nice little plan over there. And what that looks like on a bunch of altcoins, and I'll just show you this now over here, is there's the total 3 again. The total 3, I'm seeing that little pop, and I'm actually seeing a nice pop, and I think it's going to be this NVIDIA thing today. I think it's going to trigger a couple of altcoins. I think Solana is going to go mad. I think Render and a lot of AI tokens are going to go mad. But I think overall, what it's going to do is going to get the dominance to chill a little bit and start to come down. Okay, so we want to be a part of this quick pop, and then we also know they're going to slow down. So the way that looks for me over here is at any moment now, I wouldn't be surprised if we start to see a couple of double digits come into play. And we start to speed up pretty quick within the altcoins. Okay, then I see it slowing down. And when I see it slowing down, it's going to make a bearish pattern where we're actually going to start slowing down to the upside. And that's going to be our warning sign. Okay, so right now you can see that we are going flat and sideways. That's why I'm not bearish right now at this point. But when we start to speed up, which is what I'm looking for next, and then I see the slowness over here, that's how we're going to catch. That's when we know, okay, the correction's coming, is when it basically pumps and it starts to climb at an upwards angle, but slowly. That is your warning sign, because that is not a bullish pattern. That's a bearish pattern. A bullish pattern is when we go up and go slowly down. That's bullish, or sideways or anything like that. The moment we start angling up, then I will know, okay, that's our time. And that for me is at least 20, 30% away from where we are right now. So things like ETH, I just want to show you guys over here. ETH start popping through. I think it's going to start making its way at any moment. You know, it's going to start making its way to around that 3.536, then start doing that, and then the shakeout to come into play. But who really cares about ETH, right? I love ETH to bits, but it's boring, right? But nonetheless, look at this. So here is the USDT dominance. Okay, and you can see that this thing, yet again, I told you guys, the bigger pullback will happen if we start breaking that trend. Thank goodness yesterday we didn't break that trend. So what you are seeing now is you're seeing us approaching support yet again. And the moment we lose the support, we're going down to the green box. So that's also saying that we are literally hours away from the market moving fast. You do not want to, I don't want to hear from any of you, and I don't mean this in a bad way at all, do not ask me for buys in 2 days. Don't ask me to buy. When this market is doing this and the market's ripping, don't say, Sheldon, what can I buy next? What can I get into? Like, you late, right? Today you're early. Today you got an opportunity. Today you're allowed to be, you know, before the Jimmies come into the party, right? And all these guys come flying into the bar. You know, you're still there at a sober rate, and you're still getting the great deals, and you still got the staff happy and not grumpy, right? But that's where you are today. Don't come in late and don't fall into bad habits. This is what we're getting ready for. And again, it's now starting to tighten up, which means very much that we will know in the next 48 hours which way the market's going at a fast pace. Okay, right now it's directing that at 70% the chance that we are going to pump. So remember, when this USDT dominant chance is going down, it means people are getting out of the dollar into coins. Okay, so it means people are flying at aggressive rates. So we will know in 48 hours exactly this market's going to move in 48 hours. We're going to start to see some strong momentum. Okay, so things like Solana, what you can see on Sol at the moment is it's in a bull flag. Not a bull flag, but a descending channel or descending wedge. So you can see here, moments away, what I'm seeing now from the markets, small pull, and I'm seeing a Solana pop. Okay, if it does go a little bit deeper, just remember, let's speak about a little bit of a deeper pullback. Bitcoin can come down to 91,000. So just keep that in mind, and I'll show you what this looks like on a bunch of altcoin charts. So what that does mean, and that's before, maybe we want to go a little bit lower before we start to explode, then that's Sol coming back down to these ranges over here and starting to rip through over there. So your trigger points with Solana in specific, not all altcoins, a lot of altcoins have broken trends, is the break of the trend. That is your major points over there. Same thing with Phantom, another token I'm building up. I know I've been speaking a lot about it. You know why I want to speak about it again today, just quickly, is because this trend is getting stronger. It went from a 2-touch trend when I spoke about it to a 3-touch trend to a 4-touch trend. Okay, and I want to remind you again what this looks like. This is a very important thing for you to know, that trend lines are very much rated on touches. So all of a sudden, from a trend that was okay to average to becoming very strong, which means that the moment that you break that trend, you've got a very high probability that it's going to win. Okay, and that's what you look for as an investor, as a trader, the best probability of winning. So you can see here that we have turned from a 2-touch to a 4-touch. So the fact that it's gone a little bit sideways and still chopped around just shows us how great we're going to catch that buy when it actually happens. So Phantom still, where do I see the Phantom go after this pump? I see it go in the regions of around 80 cents to $1. That's how big I think the pump is going to be. I think it's going to be a mega one. Then other ones, for example, get ready. THORChain is starting to also wake up. Okay, now it is fighting this trend over here. I've spoken about THORChain, but I want you guys to understand that we have now also moved from a 1-touch, 2-touch, 3-touch, 4-touch, 5-touch trend. So keep eyes over here. This one I'm not taking as a breakout fully just yet. The next push through over here, THORChain for me comes to the party. Then we have things like this. I want to explain something to you guys quickly. Do you see that when a token, I just want to show you this quickly because this is very valuable, especially as a trader or someone that likes laddering in and out of markets. Understand that take a tequila at a time instead of going all in, right? Before I show you injective chart, when the token is pumping up, then it does this, and then it drops, then it does this. Okay, so what this basically means is it's just having a decent pullback. But this is where you can read the picture even better. You could see that there was an original trend. Okay, and you can also see that there is a recent trend. Now, what this does is it's basically you at one of the best parties of your life, and you have just been given the formula of how to have the best night of your life. Okay, and what that basically means is not only at the best party, you can also have the formula of the best night. And the way that basically works, you're getting told exactly when to take the tequila, right? To know that when it's your best performance and the best time to do it. Okay, so the way that works over here is now you can see that injective is a little bit lower than this over here. When it breaks this trend, it says have your first tequila. So your leverage traders, listen up. If you want to be good at leverage, you got to learn how to control leverage. And the way that basically works, and same with spot, okay, is here you start your trade on a 2-3x. You just take your first tequila, you put a stop loss, right? So you don't go too crazy. Now it breaks this trend here. You go change that leverage from a 2 to 3x and you go to a 5x and you buy the money in. What that does is it makes your position bigger. Then what you do is you move your stop loss up. Then from here, it goes up to the next area and it breaks through and you add it in. So when I see these trends, I'm not just looking at, oh, what money am I going to make? I'm like, okay, here's injective. Keep an eye out because when this thing pulls back over here, which is what I'm expecting, and then it breaks, I can have my first tequila. Then it breaks over here. I can have my second tequila. And when it slows down over here, I can have my third tequila. Now, why am I bringing this to you today? I want to show you guys something. So is my Bybit open here? Oh, it's still not open. Okay, so my Bybit, I am currently 38x long on Solana and Phantom. Why? Because remember when I'm telling you I've been building trades. Okay, I've been catching these little breakouts and I started there, then the next one. But what that does is it means that I can start trading leverage at a 3 or 4x and I can build these bad boys up to 20x over time. And what that does is it gives me 20 times more bigger position sizes in a responsible way and not just going full 20x into leverage. So what I'm building is some mega positions. Like I'm building big positions for the pop, right? But it's taken me a couple of days to do so. So when you see your charts do this, you got to understand that, shit, there's a trend, there's another trend, there's another trend. That is giving you the roadmap to take your trade. So that when it does happen and you start making money, you're not going to fumble the ball and you know what you're doing next. Okay, so here's an example. Put these trends here on injective. That's where you start. That's where you add. When it slows down on this high over here, that's where you add again. And that's when you take profits. And you'll thank me when you 5x your money on that one single trade. Okay, love you lots. And let's move to the next one. And I don't mean it bad. I'm just showing you the right way to do leverage. Okay, is to build it up. Here is 𝗫 protocol breaking out, coming for test. 𝗫 is now in play for some trades today. Stop loss starts over here. Then what happens is when it pops and breaks the high, you can start to move your stop loss up. There is 𝗫 protocol at the moment. Look at things like Chainlink. Chainlink at any moment now from here, I'm seeing a pop. Okay, so Chainlink is also one that is opening up for the day as we speak. Aptos started pumping really hard. You see when you pump? That's when it's getting near the end of the short-term move. So what I want to buy now is I want to buy the Aptos retest. Now, this is also important because on the 1 hour, you could see that we pumped hard. It's a no-brainer that volume is coming in on Aptos at the moment. This is brilliant. Okay. Now, what you're seeing is for it to come back, test this zone, and then it's going to go again. And what that's going to result in is on the higher time frame, on the 4-hour chart, this candle is going to go green. It's going to remain green. So when you see a candle that looks like this, okay, and it has a wick like that, it means that the next candle is going to go try fill that wick. Okay, you see this multiple times when you have a long wick candle over here, which means the fact that on the shorter time frame, I'm able to catch this thing early from where it broke out and retested gives me a very high probability that I'm going to be instantly on the money when I start to buy this retest. So Aptos is a token that we've been building for a while, has officially broken out and coming and retesting the zone over here. This is where I want to catch it. I want to catch it here between this 12.2 and the 12.5, 12.6. That's where I want to catch it. And therefore, again, if I go to my positions over here and go down, you can see that my Aptos position is starting to wake up really nicely. And I am actually going to, let's see here what I am massively on size over here. What am I huge on size over here? Wow. Okay, I can take a little bit of, let's see here. I can take a little bit, okay, stop those. I just want to see the amounts over here. I don't want to sell all of my, this over here. I want to sell a little bit of my theta. Little my theta, just because I got a massive position that's sitting over there. Okay. Okay, done. I got some money. And the reason being is, I don't have money. But add it to the other position. Okay, nonetheless, I want to add more to that position. I'll go take it on my Bybit accounts. Okay, so there's Aptos. This is one that I want to load up some more on. Then I see we might be getting a short-term breakout on XRP. Now, this will not be an investment entry. This is a trade for the day, right? Looks like it's a token that's going to wake up pretty quickly, pretty aggressively. So here is XRP as it stands. XRP has broken out the 1 hour, coming to test, and it's going to push up. And I'll be taking profits between $1.25 and $1.3. So there is a XRP one that's happening over there at the moment. Then let's move down the list and see where we are at. Okay, these are cool. Let's jump to the tokens that I see pumping hard today, right? So let's go look at our poor GRT. GRT broke out this morning and coming in for a retest. So there is the 1 hour breakout. And this is the zone where I want to buy a little bit more GRT. Now, GRT, we got some good buys yesterday. It's up a little bit in profits, which is good. But what I'm seeing at any moment now is a pop into the 30 cents. So I'm still seeing up to a 40 to 50% fast pump incoming on GRT. Again, you don't go in massively over here. You're currently adding a little bit more to yesterday, right? If we look at Render is also coming back to our support zone, and I'm seeing a massive, these are still my two big tokens that I think are going to explode massively today. Let's go look at a couple of the other ones. You could see here that we are not in any major danger zones yesterday on 𝗎𝗓𝗓𝗧, coming to 618 and start to rock it up. So again, I'm actually calling that this market will possibly pull back into market open today. And then from market open, I see the market exploding. So I think it's going to pull maybe it down for 2 or 3 hours from where we are currently now. And then when the results come out, everything happens. I see the market waking up very much. Then the tokens that I want to also look at now, guys, that's coming to a great buy zone is 𝗖. 𝗖 has been one of our favorites. There's two ways you buy this. It's coming down to an important 618. Okay, which means you can have a tequila here. Then what you do is you go draw these trends over here. And when we break these trends over here, you can have your second tequila. And then I'm seeing explosion from 𝗖. Now, 𝗖 on the 12 hour is starting to slowly climb up. Just want to show you guys over here, slowly starting to move up, right? Slowly. So the last thing that I'm looking at now is on that breaker trend is the speed up process and then the shakeout. So we want to catch that pump, which I think is going to be up to 30, 40, 50%. Okay, so there is 𝗖 over there at the moment. The next one is Arbitrum. It's actually in a spot buy now. Something is happening with Arbitrum. I'm seeing volume come in. I'm seeing a RS flip, which was resistance into support right now. And I'm seeing a Arbitrum wake up. So this for me is a trade. And I'm actually seeing a big Arbitrum push, right? I think this thing's going to wake up very quickly. And I actually think it's going to go back into the mid-dollars. So from here, this is one of my trades for the day, is I'm looking at a Arbitrum push from here. You could see how it broke the trend, going sideways, first higher high, retesting, and I'm seeing an explosion up to the 618, which is between $1.4 and $1.6. So Arbitrum for me is also one of today's major calls. Everything that I spoke about in the last 2 days of buys, I am still holding. I also want to give a massive shout out to Bitfunded as well. I got some news that I think we're choosing between 3 and 5 people. 5 people, if you've used my link. Okay, so remember, you can trade with $79. And if you get through 2 stages, you unlock $5,000 to trade with. So those who don't have $5,000, and you don't, and you're less, you could rather trade with this. And remember, you got two-step processes. You got a certain amount that you cannot lose in order for the thing to close down. And if you pass these two levels, the one is 8%, the one is 5%, you unlock this amount over here. So what that means is if the market chops, you would rather lose something that's calculated versus all of your money. But if you get it right, you unlock the big accounts and you get to trade with way more. So when this market is quiet, I tend to pass these two levels. Okay, and then when the market pops, I want to have the money unlocked. If you buy any two of these over here with my link below, you get a free one over there as well. But the big announcement for you guys is if anyone that has used my link and then is part of Bitfunded, which I think if you're a brand new leverage trader, it's a no-brainer to use Bitfunded rather than your own money. You don't know what you're doing in leverage yet. Calculate your losses. I'm choosing 5 people to come with me to the Friday session of the Abu Dhabi Formula One. You're going to be with me. Okay, we're going to go into the pits there and say what's up to the races and maybe race some cars. Let's try our best. I'm choosing 5 people. It's a part of the Bitfunded that's used my link. You will be joining me for the F1. So that's amazing over there as well. And also a massive shout out to 𝗬𝗥. Okay, guys, those so 𝗬𝗥, if you click on the link below in the description, just want to show you guys where these links are so you can see them over here before I jump into the next couple of tokens. In the meanwhile, guys, can you put your tokens in the comments, please? Put your tokens. I'm going to go through a couple of your tokens as well. So go through here is 𝗬𝗥. If you sign up to 𝗬𝗥 and you don't have much cash as well, you can do a couple of very basic tasks and you can earn some money. So if you register a link, you can earn $100. If you do your identification, you do $100. This they're fixing. Okay, so if you do a deposit, I think this is going to go to $100 as well. So if you deposit money, you also get $100. So you can build up a couple $100 here if you don't have it over here. So 𝗬𝗥, link below in the description, as well as the Bitfunded as well. There is Bitfunded. You can see if you buy 2, you get 1 of the sessions for free. Okay, let's jump and let's get some of the community tokens for today. So again, a couple of hours of slowdown, and then I'm seeing a pop from the market. So a couple of hours of slowdown now, and you can see dominance waking up. I'm telling you, when we do have that bounce, we're going to have that nice little dominance collapse as well, which is going to be amazing. Okay, tokens, let's go. OM. Okay, let's do Mantra. Next one. 𝗚𝗏𝗡. Yes, good token. It's starting to wake up. Okay, next one. Doge. Okay, let's start off with these so long. So I got Mantra. I'm luckily in this token. Wow. Rocket ship, baby. That's what we're calling. See what happens. See what happens. Let me show you here. You arrive at the party, right? You have a tequila. Then the party starts vibing up a little bit. Then it chills a little bit. You have another tequila. All of a sudden, you're chilling with Snoop Dogg, you're chilling with Eminem, you're chilling with everyone in the. Do you see what calculating and just slowly building up your positions does? It gets you a massive pop. So Mantra, I looked at the market cap of this as well. I think it can go higher, but it is time for this thing to chill a little bit. So all you're going to do now is just pop this top trend in and just give it a little bit of time. If it makes a bull flag and breaks through, it's going to go again. In order to know where it's going to go next, you take a fib from the top to the bottom once you know the bottom's in. So it needs to break a trend first. You'll put that in and you'll know that your next 618 currently is at $5 and your next one's at $6 as well. So that looks really good. Let's jump into AVAX. Yeah, so AVAX is actually breaking a short-term trend. So I just want to show you guys this over here and actually looking really good for a nice little retest. So AVAX is looking like one of the best for today. I'd wait for a little Bitcoin bounce and then AVAX will be good. Where does AVAX go next? Once it breaks through this resistance. So if you always want to know where does my coin go next, what you do is you go look at where is my recent highs and where's my recent lows. So this is the first technique I ever used when I started trading and it helped a lot. If I go look in the daily, where's my nearest high? It's over there, right? If I go look at my bottoms, there's my nearest low. Okay, so at any point now it can go here. At any point now it can obviously go to the top. Okay, then it's like, okay, when it breaks one of these lines, it's going to go to the next one. So what you do is if you want to know that we start breaking out that flag now, which it looks like it wants to do, where does it go next? You go to the next one. And if it breaks that one, where's it going to go next? To the next one. So it gives you a really good idea that you always want to sell into ceilings is what I call them. And you always want to buy supports as well. Okay, so once it breaks this, what you want to see is you'll see a push at any moment to 41, 42, retest, push there, retest. And that's what you want to see. Things that were previously highs turning into support, resistance into support. So AVAX is one of the best. And from here, you're preparing to go into the $40 range. Doge. Doge is chilling. It's chilling. It's making some higher lows. It's doing stuff, but you can see very clearly at the moment, it is just in bull flag territory. So when it breaks through these, you can see it's got a 3-touch trend at the top now. And if you see at the bottom, there is your bottom. So it's basically saying that, hey, Doge can do this for a little while, right? Until it breaks one of the trends. So Doge is good. Where you want to possibly add more is the mid-30s for now. Okay, later on, I do think it's going to come cheaper. But what you're really looking for is the breakout and the push, right? That's what you're looking for over there. Okay, next, let's go. Theta. I got Theta here somewhere. There's a couple of other ones as well. Perth I'm looking at as well for the day. Okay, where is my Theta? Theta. Okay. Yes. AR. Okay. Sure. 𝗪𝗪𝗘𝗑𝗦. Blue chip memes. Okay. Okay, here we go. So Theta at the moment had a massive push. So let's go do our quick technique over here. Let's go put in our nearest. So let's take our sidelines, put in the nearest one over there. So that's very likely where it's going next, and it's going to bounce. Then your next high is over here, and then your next high after that. So you want to get an idea why you're buying. Your next high over there is up here. Okay. So here is my current plan with Theta. It broke through resistance, now coming to support. So your buy zone is very clearly to be in this area over here, right? Which is basically the early 1.6. What are you buying this for? Is you are buying this for, from here, a push up to the next resistance, which is at 2.3. So what you do now is you take this little tool over here called a long position. You click it in and you say, okay, if I buy there and I want to put my stop loss, where will I put my stop loss? You take a bottom trend over here. See the bottom? There we go. So you know your stop loss is below that area. So what you do is you say, okay, if I buy it there, I can have a 5% stop loss. Okay, and where am I getting this trade for? For a 40% reward. So I'm risking 5% of my money to get 40%. There's way more green than red. That's a phenomenal trade. So there is your Theta. Okay, then the next one over here is 𝗪𝗡𝗡. 𝗪𝗡𝗡 has made a short-term higher high. So what you're looking for is a higher low. So what I'm seeing now is I'm basically seeing a bull pennant. So what that means for me over here is basically from here, it made a lower high, so a higher low, then a push, and then a pop. And that is where I'll be getting ready to TP around $30 sort of mark. So there is 𝗪𝗡𝗡. There is the bull flag. It's a pennant. Remember, a pennant goes up. It basically shows you that it was volatile. So it goes up, then it crashes, then it makes a lower high, a higher low. And what it's basically showing you is volatility is getting less. So it's going from a lot of volatility to less, to pop, right? So that's what it's doing. Why that happens is because RSIs must reset. So what we're waiting for now is for the higher low. Then you'll get a pennant, okay? And then it will break and start to move. So there is 𝗪𝗡𝗡 at the moment. Not too much more. If you want to look at downside, could be another 3 to 5 to 6% lower from where we are right now. Beam, same thing. Very clear right now that if we zoom out over here, very clear that we could see that beam is coming in. It broke these highs. You can see the highs on the left, coming in for a retest. Okay, and the same thing you do now is you take this tool over here. Okay, there's your high. Where's the next high? It's these areas over here. Cool. So it gives you a good idea that from here, your buy zones on beam is the 2 cent mark to the 2.15, 2.2 sort of mark is your spot buys. I wouldn't leverage trade this just yet. When do you leverage trade it? Is when it breaks trend. Right now, this is a spot buy. And then from here, you're looking at a risk to reward. Let's pop this in. There will be your buy. Your stop loss will be around under this trend. So just show you guys again, put your trend line at the bottom. Very simple. Okay, that will be your tight stop loss. So also around 5%. And your reward will be up to 50%. Massive risk to reward. It's a good trade to be focusing on. Okay, this one's a little bit different. Reason being is, this is what's going to teach you patience versus those who are going to get drunk first versus those who know how to pace it. If you go look at this over here, where's your nearest one? Still far. So you're not even touching a tequila right now, unless it's a trend break, but nothing, right? And there's also more damage above there. So I am not touching this. Not to say it's not going to go up, but will go up. Where will it go up next? Let's go look. Okay, it goes to all-time highs or the major highs. That's where it goes next. The problem is, look at the difference. If I want to buy this right now, look at my risk, look at my reward. Not good. Look, it's nearly the same. Terrible. Unless if it comes here, then it's sexy. So right now, doesn't mean it's not going to go. It just means it's not the right time to buy this. Okay, let's go more. Maddie. Yes, I still got Myro. Yes. Cool. I had 𝗪𝗓 here. Let's just see where my 𝗪𝗓 is at. Okay, let's move this down to the bottom. Okay, 𝗪𝗓, 𝗪𝗓. Yes, I think Fetch will also explode today on AI News. And IMX. I think I did speak about IMX. I did speak about IMX. Guys, just watch a little bit early in the show. I did speak about my IMX. Okay, so this is a token that I'm still holding, right? I still got this in my bag. Okay, so same thing. Here is the highs that we broke through. So this thing's coming to a buy zone. After this, I'm seeing a push up here. And obviously, if it breaks the next area, I'm seeing the push up over here. Okay, so you could see it's actually coming straight into support. So at any moment now, what you want to see, let's just zoom in here to the 1 hour. You could see that it's making a beautiful trend to the downside. There's the trend, many touches, great. But we are approaching a bounce zone. Anywhere in these previous highs over here, the trend will confirm it. And then I'm seeing explosions. Again, I'm seeing it go to 18 cents from where we are right now. And I do have into the 20s as the next major target. So I'm holding that. I'll show you. I'm holding that. Where is my 𝗪𝗓? Jeez, look at it. There's 𝗪𝗓 over there. There is my position on 𝗪𝗓. Okay. 𝗪𝗓. 𝗪𝗓 games. Looking decent. I wouldn't buy this right now, but I wouldn't sell it. So the reason is because that's where the previous highs are. So there could be a little bit more downside. And in order to protect yourself from that, you can just go zoom in and you can see that there is the trend line. Let's just find the correct trend. No, not that one. There we go. There's the trend. So that gives you an idea. If it loses this, it's going to come to the box. But after this, I do think we're going to see a 𝗪𝗓 games move, right? Because it broke the big highs. And this is the highs that it broke. So I do think it's a great idea to hold 𝗪𝗓. Because look how it broke those highs on the left there, right? The next highs is up there. So that's a massive trade. That's really, really, really good. Okay. After this again, Fetch. Fetch, let's go zoom in, see how Fetch is doing. So Fetch is holding. It's actually on support. These are the times that you would want to dip your toes because the risk is the least. Okay, so over there. And it's not far from a decision. So in the next couple of hours, you'll know. This is where we should bounce. We break this trend. We're on our way. Again, just use your tools. Take care to the left. You know where it goes next. Okay, so fantastic over there as well. So guys, remember, if you want a 𝗬𝗥 account, you get all of these over here. All these different little gifts of money. Okay, in a market where we need it. Link below in the description. You got also the big shout out to Bitfunded as well. You buy 2 of them, you get 1 for free as well. Big shout out to Sniper School. Sniper School is now, it closes at the end of this week, so it is for free for you guys. And big shout out to Sniper Club as well, okay, because they got the information. Just show you again. There is the early show, right? There's the early show. We already got a lot of these over there. So there's the early show over there on Sniper Club. So I just want to show you guys over here. You got school that is free. You got Sniper Club. You have the 𝗬𝗥 and you have the Bitfunded as well. Who wants to come to the Formula One with me? Okay, love you guys lots. See you all tomorrow on Crypto Live. Have a fantastic day. Survive today. Club, I'll be on later to update you once the NVIDIA news has come out. Have a fantastic day. Love you lots. Goodbye.